We have to make the city safer right now. In Cincinnati, preventing violent crime has been our singular top priority.
City and county officials stood in a conference room along the banks of the Ohio River as this brawl unfolded downtown. They said violent offenders need to be locked up for longer in our jail.
And it turns out Hamilton County has a lot of people charged with violent crimes this year, and the jail's capacity to hold them is limited.
Is that an alert? I don't even know what that is.
It was an alert.
It happens, right? All right, so we're talking Ken Brown, taking a closer look at what's possible for the jail and how judges decide who's going to have longer time behind bars.
Admittedly, during that press conference you just saw, the mayor and I were short with one another. The mayor had the sheriff speak at the press conference, but didn't allow her to field questions. So I was forced to ask the mayor if he thought that the jail that we're standing in now could host all of the violent offenders that we see in Hamilton County. His one-word reply was yes, but the statistics may say otherwise.
We take in, our current counts are somewhere around 65 prisoners a day. We also release about 40 to 50 inmates a day. So I like to tell people it is a constant moving cycle.
After an arrest is made in Hamilton County, the wheels of justice start turning here. This building has hosted murderers, child abusers, rapists, arsonists. You get the point. And the call to keep violent offenders here longer led us to ask if that's even possible. From September of last year to September of this year, we counted 6,481 charges filed against violent offenders for everything from homicide to domestic violence. In some of those cases, one subject faces several charges, but it's clear the number of charges filed far exceeds the jail's capacity of 1,400 people.
There's no way all those people can be accommodated by the jail, right?
Oh no, when you have, and realize that count is likely over a year period, right? People do come in and out of jail. Bonds are set.
A DUI from 23.
Bonds are another thing that's highly criticized in Hamilton County, but to understand how and why they're set, you have to understand the process. When police make an arrest, they take the suspect to jail, book them in on charges, and the next day court is in session. The people charged go to Room A for an arraignment hearing where bond is set.
He said he had no recollection of the other two.
Yesterday alone, we counted 81 cases slated to go before a judge in Room A, and here the process works quick.
In every case, bond is a difficult dance.
Judge Christopher McDowell is a common pleas judge in Hamilton County. He's not the one setting bonds in Room A, but he is able to provide interesting insights on the process.
You have to consider a number of factors, and you have to individualize the bond to this person and to what it is they're accused of and who they are.
One prior felony.
That's the bond, Judge. My client has 0 failure therapy.
Your Honor, we are asking for nominal bond.
Judges have a lot to consider in a short amount of time. Is this person working? Do they have a family to support? Are they a flight risk? Are they a risk to reoffend? And how severe is the crime they're accused of? The list goes on, and the decisions on bond happen in minutes, not hours.
If it's a lower level offense in particular, if I put somebody in jail and they lose their job, they lose their significant other, then I've actually hurt them in a way that makes them more likely to offend or reoffend.
In many cases, we've observed defense attorneys in Room A take about a minute to plead their case for a low or no bond. The prosecution does about the same, and with 2 minutes worth of information from each side and a suspect's criminal history, judges must decide on bond.
It'll be $25,000 anyway.
On average, 75% of the charges filed in Hamilton County result in an indictment, which means of the nearly 6,500 violent charges in a calendar year, about 4,800 will continue on to trial. And if it's a felony-level charge, judges like Christopher McDowell will get to re-examine the issue of bond.
I feel pressure in every case. One, because I want to make sure that society is safe, but there is also safeguards for defendants too. They have a right to have a bond that's individual to them. And the court has to take into consideration certain factors, including the danger to the community, the criminal record of the defendant, their ties to the community, and so forth.
Sheriff McGuffey tells us she and her staff are in constant contact with judges as it relates to jail matters. She also tells us solving this issue with violent offenders on the streets is much larger than a single department.
Everybody needs to be at the table that represents the system, and that's law enforcement, mental health facilities, electronic monitoring, judges, probation. All of us need to be seated at the table in a very equal way so that we're all understanding how the system is working.
The sheriff says if the system is working right here in Hamilton County, it's helping people so they don't make the same mistake twice. Sometimes that help looks like jail time or rehab, and sometimes it looks like a second chance. Reporting inside the Hamilton County Jail, Ken Brown, Fox 19 Now.